the Arab Network for Regional Organizations as part of the Hugo project.
The conference is there for in 2005 there was a UN conference on disasters and world reconstruction that created the facility that's called GFDRR, which is the Global Facility for Disaster Reduction and Recovery. And that's a facility that is a partnership between the World Bank, the UN agencies, and many government partners and institutions. In fact, Egypt is joining as a member of the facility as well. And so that facility has the donors that fund it, that meet every 6 months in one of the member countries. And then they have what they call a Results Management Council that helps the facility in terms of guiding the strategy, guiding the interventions of the facility, and helping the donors understand better what is being done with their funding. That facility that Results Management Council meets every 6 months on a rotating basis around the member countries, and this time we held it in Alexandria at the request of Dr. Farghaly.
The discussions focused on these regional networks that will be responsible for disaster reduction and recovery in the area. Also, it was noted that the existing global networks need to be upgraded in order to help increase the efficiency of the organization.
We help governments create tools such as hazard maps, which become very useful for creating awareness. And I think one of the important component of our work is to encourage governments to work with the media, and media can be a very powerful way of reaching out to the people, and we help create those tools which the media can use. Hazard maps are just one of those products.
The discussions included the results of partnerships for the GFDRR that were formed in accordance with the recommendations of previous conference held in Kyoto, Japan. The latest conference joined international experts in strategy in disaster reduction and recovery, also members of the Africa Union, Southeast Asia members, the Disaster and Emergency Management Agency in the Caribbean, and the World Bank.
Normally we start to meet in Washington or in Japan every time, but that time I suggested if they can come to visit Alexandria and to hold the 11th meeting in our campus. First, to let them see the facility, because as I told them, seeing is believing, and they can see the whole campus, the physical resources, the human resources, other things, to build upon that our future mutual cooperation for long term.
The conference also discussed how to increase the funds available to the GFDRR, as well as listening to examples from Djibouti and Yemen on how they dealt with their own disasters in order to learn from the past mistakes, where Yemen suffers from flooding and Djibouti suffers from droughts. These examples were used to shed light on the need to better prepare regional organizations in dealing with such events. The Arab Academy for Science and Technology worked closely with the GFDRR and successfully hosted the organization's 11th conference. Students from the Alexandria Base Academy volunteered to help in the organization process. This is Rahan Morsi reporting for Now Cruise.